This is a new game that I've developed to help you to rebuild your dog walk. This is for people whose dogs are either overexcited or scared. And I quite shamelessly have taken ideas from Janet Finlay's pattern game and Bankhouse Barker's circuit walks. It's really about transforming your dog walk into something quite different, not what they are expecting. And it involves a sequence of actions, the dog using his or her memory, and also anticipation, because anticipation is a real good way of getting a dog's attention and keeping it. So do you remember the game? You may not if you're young. The game I packed my bag and in it I put. You have one person says, I packed my bag and in it I put perhaps a toothbrush. The next one, I packed my bag and in it I put a toothbrush and a bag of sweets. The next one, I packed my bag, put a toothbrush, a bag of sweets, and something silly, maybe like a tortoise. But people build up the sequence, okay? And it's a bit based on the same sort of thing. But what is the point? A dog that is wildly excited, it may jump up and grab the lead, grab you. It may be overreactive to other dogs and people. It will very likely pull on lead. That a wildly excited dog is an emotional storm, and any loose lead walking technique goes out the window. So it's first of all, it's for excited and over-aroused dogs, so they can begin their walk calmly and confidently, okay? And it's also for scared dogs, the dogs that either are very reluctant to go out or very scared when they are out, or due to fear, actually are overreactive. And the third thing is really nothing to do with walks. This is for, well, in a way it is, it's for dogs who can't go for walks, and for bored dogs who are perhaps having to convalesce. And it's a really good enrichment memory game just for its own sake. And it increases the focus upon you. Okay, so this is roughly what you do. And with walks, like Charity, enjoyable walks start at home. So first of all, list all the cues your dog knows. By that, you might call them commands. I call them cues. Things like sit, paw, down, anything like that, stay. And now list the activities and games that your dog enjoys. To start with, you probably have about 10, all right? You may want to make it longer eventually, but you don't use them all at once. You add them one at a time. So here is an example of links in a sequence chain. Okay, so first one could be count aloud 5 paces while you walk with the dog. Then the next one, count aloud 5 paces and add throwing a treat. The next one, count aloud 5 paces, add throwing a treat, and then a short tug game. And then maybe you add, a bit at a time, you add things to it. Now, I would say you build it up till it's about 10 minutes long and do it for 3 times a day anyway. So you really want to get the link really established. Now, the 2 main rules are the links of the chain. The chaining stays in the same order all the time. Don't mess it about. You can add to the end, but don't mess the order. But where you actually walk while you do it varies every time. So it needs to be all where the dog is most comfortable, in the house and probably the garden, unless he's scared outside. So you'd go round the house, round the garden, as many rooms as you can, and no 2 times do you make it exactly the same route. So you vary it. Okay, now when it's getting very good, you add to that route, just stepping outside the front door and coming back in again to continue your chaining. All right, so you gradually get going out of the front door, but you don't do it if the dog is excited when you get there. You spend more time in the house or scared. Now, once you've established going out and coming straight back in again, you can then gradually, at the dog's own pace, start taking your chaining a little bit further away from your house. I mean, your neighbours may think you're crazy, but they might enjoy watching you as well. Okay, so in the chain, somewhere before you get to going, even extending your journey to outside the front door, you need to add the harness, and then a few activities later to add the lead, so that when you do come to open the front door, you're not stopping to put lead and harness on, you'll be on already. And the 2 things will have lost a lot of their association with going out for walks. It could, in severe cases, mean don't do anything but this until you've got it established. It may mean no walks for a while. It all depends on how severe your case is. Okay, so this is very general, of course, but for you, it's going to be very individual. It's going to depend on what sort of house you live in, what it's like outside, who lives in the house, what is your dog, the dog's problem, the dog's temperament, the dog's personality. And it's going to depend on a lot of things. So I'm also holding workshops with a maximum of 5 to 6 people so that we can look at individuals' own circumstances, a bit like a mini consultation, if you like, so we can work out the best sort of sequence chain for your own dog. Okay. I'm going to leave a link in the comments, and so any questions, please just ask me, and I'll also leave links to workshops as we do them. Bye-bye.